Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, the students made their way to Monokuma Rock. The time for investigations is over. Now is the time for the class trial, and I am very excited to get into this. Also, there is no sound. There is no sound right now. And you know what? I have a bit of bad news and good news to go over before I get into the episode proper. So I'm just gonna put some Danganronpa music over this. And the bad news, let's get started with that. You may have noticed this episode is only around 30 minutes long. I'm gonna be brutally honest, I am incredibly burnt out from upping the episode length to 45 minutes. To be blunt, I'm really not doing so good. I'm really not doing so good right now, and it's only going to be for a little while. I'm thinking I might do the class trial in 30-minute episodes, because for right now, I can't deal with the 45-minute episodes anymore. It has properly fucked over my schedule. Before, when I was doing 30-minute recordings for everything, I could have 2 days off a week. That was 2 days where I didn't have to do any editing. I might make some shorts, maybe I'd upload something to YouTube, but those are things that don't really require much effort. You know, they can be done very, very quickly. So it was okay, and I could have those 2 days to myself. By upping Danganronpa to 45 minutes, I now only have 1 day to myself, and on that 1 day, I am still editing and, you know, making shorts, uploading stuff. It's not good. I just need a bit of time to de-stress. So yeah, for the time being, episodes are going back down to 30 minutes. I just can't handle it anymore. I really can't. But on to the good news. I have to say thank you to someone. Umbra, you must have seen Umbra in the comments. They've been watching, you know, pretty much since the beginning of Danganronpa 1, and she has drawn me some lovely, lovely fan art. It should be on screen right now. Isn't that cool? I think that is so cool. Thank you so much, Umbra. What I absolutely love, she did mention when she sent this to me on Twitter, she said that she had, who is she? The cat's mother. You, Umbra, you had said that you went back and watched some of my video updates to, you know, figure out what kind of clothes I wore. So I'm like, the clothing, I recognize that shirt. The t-shirt I'm actually wearing right now as we speak. It's my comfy tee that I wear when I'm not feeling so good. So, like, yeah, and what I absolutely love, you even did the stag necklace. That is my favourite piece of jewellery. I'm not a big jewellery wearer, however, my mum got me that necklace for, I think it was my birthday a couple of years ago, and it's an Irish coin that has been cut into the shape of a stag, and it is my favourite piece of jewellery, and I love that you included that. I love it so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I showed Mama and Papa KallistaPlays this, and they said well done. They were re-chuffed. If you could see the smile I have on my face right now, I am so touched. I am so touched that you did this, Umbra. Thank you ever so much. Now, I'm not 100% sure on the protocol when it comes to fan art. I wasn't sure if you'd like me to leave your Twitter handle in the description box below. And right now it is not there because I figured it can always be added in later. However, if you were like, oh no, please don't do that. Please don't. My privacy, don't. Then, you know, that could be awkward. So, Umbra, if you want to send me a message or if you want to leave a comment with your Twitter in it, I will pin it to the top of the comments. And if you'd like me to add it to the description box, I 100% can. Thank you again. Thank you again so much. I think that's so cool. I think it's so cool. Alrighty then. And with that, let's get started on the episode proper, shall we? This is an elevator. Excellent use of deduction skill there, Nekomaru. Excellent work. I see. This entire rock is an elevator. Once again, Monokuma is doing what he pleases.
However,
if he's gone this far and made something like this, I don't think he's playing around. Even so, we're going pretty deep. You're right. I heard an unnerving chattering sound inside my head. I soon realized it was the sound of my teeth. All I could do was purse my lips tightly so everyone else couldn't hear it. Ugh. Are we coming to a stop? What? It's really odd seeing this and not hearing the elevator noise. I guess the game didn't like me pausing here. Whoops. There we were, listening to unpleasant roars. Were we? Were we listening to unpleasant roars, or was there just an ungodly amount of silence? As the elevator plunged deeper and deeper into the earth. Some time passed before the elevator finally finished descending. And then the elevator door slowly opened.
welcome!
Why is there a big fuck-off iPad? Like, I've said this before, I think this is a simulation. But I'm like, why would Monokuma add an iPad? Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Okay, welcome!
Ta-da!
This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
Why, you...
What the hell is he thinking? Locking us in a shitty-looking place like this.
Don't fuck with me!
Are you fucking crazy? Don't mess with me, asshole! Hoo-hoo-hoo. Complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. It looks like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Byakuya. The ultimate affluent progeny, Byakuya Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending. But he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. Ooh! Nice! The person who did it is one of us. Oh, I like that. I like that Byakuya is in red. Nice. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it's really true, we need to find out by any means possible. Because that's our only option. There is no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. And I have a save from literally like 2 minutes ago, it's fine. Okay, now we haven't actually picked up any skills. Oh, Byakuya Togami was killed. The blue hue of our vacation is now a crimson red. Is the killer really one of us? Or is it someone else? The class trial starts now. Ooh. I haven't actually looked at the skills. Also, whilst I remember... Oh, you... Let me help you out there, Snake Amy. There you go. They mentioned being able to buy skills with the hope fragments, was it? Aha! There we go. We have 19. All right. Oh, flipping it. It's looking like there are a fair amount. I'm not gonna read all of these out, but I am quickly gonna read through them. Ooh. I'm tempted by that. I'm not gonna lie, I am rather nervous. I have heard that the mini games in this are a lot more difficult than they were in Trigger Happy Havoc. And I'm really bad with mini games. This is not... Ooh, that'd also be good too. Yeah, I did not play Trigger Happy Havoc for the mini games. I did not enjoy them overly much. So if they've really changed up here and if they're more difficult, then... Ugh. I get that. I can't remember what Panic Talk action. I don't know if that's something new or if it was in Trigger Happy Havoc. I don't know. If you have any suggestions for good skills to buy, then please do leave them in the comments, because Logic Dive, that 100% wasn't in Trigger Happy Havoc. 100%. I don't know what that is. You know what? I'm gonna grab Lost in Thought. And I'm also going to grab, which one was it? The one that, stabilizes. There we go. Yeah, I'm also gonna grab that. For all I know, these could be really ass-level skills, but they seem like they could be useful to me. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. I'll grab that, and... There we go. Okay, yeah, I'm good with the difficulty settings. We've gone hard on logic, easy on, the other one. Can't remember what it was called. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go. God, I'm properly nervous.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Oh! Usami! Why have you done this?
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it? By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate Monami, of course.
Boo! Her name is Usami.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
No. No, Akane.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
I mean, he's not.
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Mahiru, would you be taking this attitude if, one... Fuck, what's his name? Oh my god, I've forgotten his name. Fihiko? I was gonna say Kazuichi and I was like, no, that's the pink-haired guy. Yeah, would you be taking this attitude if Fuyuhiko was a girl? Let's be brutally honest. I don't think it comes down to the fact that he's a Yakuza. I think it's the fact that he's a boy and all boys are threats to you.
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds?
The most pressing issue on our minds?
Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No. Thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak, one after the other, without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to move the reticle, then fire with the left mouse button. Yeah, this is all very familiar. Pay close attention to each character's statements and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. I won't. I panic at mini-games. I'm not coordinated. Logic, yes. Coordination, no. Okay.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
And then, okay, yeah, that was... E is also
His body
like that,
was
okay.
underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
No!
No, that's wrong. No, I don't think the killer moved the body.
Starting us off easy there.
Huh? Why?
Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Oh, and here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Hyoko, can you leave the insults until after the trial, please? Please, madam?
I respond better to praise, you know.
She doesn't give a shit.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
How many times can we say under the table in a minute?
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Under the table!
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us.
That dude was always a big jokester.
No, he wasn't, but thank you for breaking the record, Akane.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
God damn it.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
I can't not see those words, Jesus. I just find that incredibly funny. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but like I said, how many times are we gonna use under the table? Flipping heck.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table? If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably, here's the thing. Do they mean that is not worded well? That sentence is not worded well. Because here's the thing, do they mean, oh, what was he doing during the party? He was trying to protect people. Then it'd be the murder threat. Or are they saying, what was he doing under the table? In which case it'd be, oh, he was going for the knife. I really don't like how they worded that, because it could be taken either way. You know what? Considering everyone's going on about under the table, I'm gonna assume they mean this. Yeah, the knife was found under the table.
I can prove it with this!
Okay.
It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
They really could have worded that better.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
But it doesn't.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment.
With the night vision goggles.
Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
It is if you have night vision goggles.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
Oh, okay.
This is almost like a real trial!
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge... I'm sorry, 1 second. I need to take a sip. Sorry about that, my mouth was just really dry for some reason. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, if you concentrate by holding down the space key, you can progress the argument slowly, or E apparently. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay? It has to be the night vision goggles.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout. That sounds correct.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food.
But Byakuya could see.
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
He could.
No, that's wrong!
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Indeed.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh!
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
No! But this is new!
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument? Yeah, I was. I don't like new things. No. Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding, I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. Oh no. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Oh lord. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD keys. I really wish there were a practice mode. I really wish there were a practice mode, like in the... Oh god, what's it called? Brain? Brain, don't do this to me. You know when you load up the game and it's like chapters, extra shit, options. Like, I really wish there was a practice mode so then I could get to grips and I wouldn't feel so nervous. Please counter the other person's remarks with the WASD keys. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. Oh, fuck. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. Bottom right-hand corner, okay. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood towards the other party's advantage. Plus, it's going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the left mouse button. What? Ah! Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What? Yeah, thank you, huh? What's a truth blade? I am terribly sorry. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullet... Okay, that's good. Truth bullets will be called truth blades. Okay. And that's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Oh no. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'm bricking it! How could you do this to me? Oh lord. Okay. We want...
If you just use common sense.
Oh.
The killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
I got confused.
I can't back down!
What is this? Just a little bit more and I can draw something out next time.
If you just use the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it.
Okay.
Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they used night vision, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh! No, this is not... I get what it wants. I get what it wants, but it's just taking me a minute to... Like I said, I'm not coordinated. I have trouble with my coordination, so if I'm repeatedly doing something with one hand, and then it's like, okay, now you have to swap, it takes a minute for my brain to be like, oh yeah, swap! God damn, I found a hole in your argument. I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute Mahiru's claim with evidence. Okay.
Because if they used night vision, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Allow me to cut through those words!
There we go. Okay.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
It wasn't as complicated as it was making it out, but I do think I'm gonna have trouble with that. Just swapping hands. Obviously not physically swapping hands, but being like, okay, now we go from my left to my right.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Oh, Ibuki.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
To be blunt, I think Mahiru only jumped in because it was a boy. Being like, no, you're wrong, Peko, a girl.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
By main dish, he clearly means masturbation, obviously, because the only action he's getting is with his own hand, let's be honest, but why do you call masturbation main dish? That's real fucking weird, dude.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Yeah, he does. The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Tonight's main dish. No. Yeah, it's the duct tape.
I see. There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
I mean, he could have if he had just checked. It wasn't like it was camouflaged. It had glow-in-the-dark paint. Why didn't he check the undersides of the tables? Byakuya!
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Okay, this is the murder threat.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
And with that, I am gonna bring today's episode to a close. In the next one, I presume we're gonna reveal the murder threat. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.